I'm a veteran Helldivers 1 player who absolutely loved that game. I owned almost every single DLC, and I even made a video called Helldivers is one of the best games ever made, so I'm a true fan. And that means I feel totally at home out there on the frozen tundra, laser rifle in hand, cape billowing in the alien wind, jetpack fueled and ready to go. Oh, and there's my friend now. Great, now we can set out on our alien adventure. Oh, for God's sake, bro, what are you dropping there for? Anyway, with Helldivers 2 just on the horizon, I thought now would be the perfect time to make a video about that game, and why I think Helldivers 2 is gonna be insane. One of my favourite parts of Helldivers 1, and something that I think made it such a unique game, was just how ridiculously intense it was. However, it wasn't just intense due to the giant swarms of aliens, or the environment that always seemed like it was trying to kill you. It was also intense due to the way you used items in the game, called stratagems. In most games, performing actions such as placing down turrets, or deploying a vehicle, are usually done with just the press of 1 or 2 buttons. And this is totally fine if, for example, the game isn't even a combat game, or if the game offers sufficient intensity elsewhere. However, Helldivers 1 did things a little differently, and rather than just pressing a single button to use items, you had to press anywhere from 3 buttons to deploy this beacon, all the way up to 7 buttons to deploy this Shredder missile strike. And I'm happy to report that Helldivers 2 is keeping this feature, as we can see here in the trailer. The reason this way of using items is so effective is because when you find yourself in the heat of battle surrounded by aliens, not only do you have to focus on killing them and staying alive, but you also have to focus on the button sequence to call in your orbital strike. It's basically a really effective way of simulating the overwhelming experience of being in the middle of a firefight, and it just works so damn well. Of course, there will be players that find this little arrow minigame to be more of an annoyance than a great feature, but take my word for it, there is nothing more satisfying in life than a perfectly executed squad revival. It's just beautiful.
Oh, you're gonna rack him? That's pretty good.
Before we get into the next section, a huge shout out to ExpressVPN. If you've ever wanted to play games in a different region or browse the web securely, ExpressVPN is how you do it. I can tell you from experience it 100% works, and honestly, the ping's actually decent too. And right now, every single Mogz viewer is gonna get a huge discount of 3 months off all 12-month subscriptions, meaning it just got a whole lot cheaper for you to jump into a different region and destroy your opponents over there. How good is that? So go check out ExpressVPN via the link on screen and in the video description. Anyone who never played the original Helldivers game may take one look at the name Helldivers, dive into hell, why would I want to do that? And may be mistaken into thinking that Helldivers is a terrifying, constantly overwhelming and difficult experience. Maybe something like this. However, in reality, Helldivers 1 was actually a game that almost perfectly skirted the line between challenging and fun. The way it did this was by providing players with literally 15 different difficulty levels, some for the more faint-hearted, and others for those who do actually want a slice of hell. Fortunately, this mythos of balancing fun with difficulty is all but confirmed as being a key part of the upcoming sequel in this quote on the official Helldivers 2 blog. Our CEO always talks about the tingle in the butt that you should feel while playing, being on the edge of failing an operation, but bursting into laughter because a warrior sent your friend flying away in a silly ragdoll move. That's the feeling we want to get. And whilst it hasn't yet been confirmed that we're gonna see the same scalable difficulty that we saw in the first Helldivers game, I think it makes perfect sense that we will. I mean, they didn't just create these enormous towering aliens for us to not be running for our lives most of the time, right? Dying in games is something that most players generally try to avoid. It's often synonymous with failure and usually comes with some kind of cost. Be it in the form of broken and/or lost items, wasted time running back to your corpse, or maybe the literal end of your entire game. And in Helldivers, you die, well, a lot. The good news is that in Helldivers 1 at least, dying was often not only not a big deal, since when playing solo you would almost immediately respawn nearby and get straight back into the fight. And when playing with friends, you just had to wait for them to call in a resupply, and there you are. Although, just gotta grab my jetpack first. But surprisingly, it was also actually one of the most fun parts of the game.
Oh, I just got away from...
Sorry.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Shit. You killed me, you frickin'...
Sorry, buddy. Thankfully, this focus on making dying actually enjoyable has already been confirmed as being a feature of Helldivers 2. To quote the game director himself, dying in this game is fun. Sometimes you'll find yourself blowing up more than just the enemy, and your friend's limbs might come flying past your screen. That's okay though. And honestly, I think this is the best news of all. The fact that dying, the number one thing that makes so many games a chore to play, is actually fun in Helldivers 2, means that this really may be the ultimate game that almost anyone can enjoy. Like, I can't imagine a better game than one where you shoot the hell out of aliens, using a whole bunch of different awesome weapons, on a variety of hostile alien worlds, and where fun is just a grenade at your own feet throw away. Oh, sounds perfect. And that's it guys, those are my 3 reasons I cannot wait for Helldivers 2. Honestly, I haven't looked forward to a game this much in such a long time, and I really hope you guys are looking forward to it too. If you are interested in more Helldivers 2 content, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I will be covering this game a lot. So once the game releases, you can look forward to a whole ton more Helldivers 2 content. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the game based on all of the trailers. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you're someone who didn't actually play the first Helldivers. Do you think this game looks good? Is it fresh and original, or is it kind of rehashed old content? Let me know all your thoughts down below. And come join the Mogz Discord server if you want to hang out with me and other Mogz viewers. And check out my other channel if you're more interested in mobile games like Rocket League Sideswipe, and most recently Warcraft Rumble. And like the video if you liked it, dislike it if not. Subscribe for more videos like this, as well as a whole bunch of other gaming content. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.